If you've seen my ranking of the Simpsons family, then it doesn't take a genius to know that this is kind of a sequel. This is actually a far easier video for me to make than the Simpsons one, because unlike that one, there isn't a far-like marge in this that made the rankings difficult. This isn't a ranking of worst to best character, but rather a ranking of the least to most important character to the show. By now, regular viewers must be getting annoyed by my overly long tangent explanations at the beginning of videos, so I'll get to the point. I'm guessing some people would argue with themselves over Meg or Chris being in the last place, but to me, the choice was obvious. I'd go as far to say that Chris isn't even an important part of this series. I mean, really, what do you get from his character? We get him having the son and brother dynamic, but Stewie could easily cover that. He's a moron, but we also get those jokes and plots with Peter. He doesn't have any friends other than Neil, but the no friends thing is kind of Meg's thing. He just sort of feels like a mishmash of things the series already has covered with other characters. I think the only thing he really has unique to him is the puberty element, but it's rare they take that further than just doing masturbation jokes. Meg isn't too important to the series, but her being female allows for a daughter and sister dynamic unique to her. She is also bullied heavily throughout the series, which is done inconsistently as she tends to become a better character when episodes revolve around her. For the most part, she is just there for the underdog story. She's not very important to the series, but I think she's needed for the series to be as good as it is, even if she's never really risen consistently. Lois is probably the most changed main character in the entire series. She started as just being a mother, but she's changed to be hate-filled and completely unlikable to everyone around her.
You always say I never do anything around here!
Yeah, I like saying that more than I like you doing things.
The stay-at-home wife and mother element is always there. The real reason she's this high though is because of the marriage problem episodes with Peter. I think it's odd they don't use her parent element for more full-on episodes in the series. There's obviously some of those episodes, but the marriage problem stuff seems to be more why she's important. I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity to have toned down her interest in music. Family Guy nails musical numbers most of the time, so it's strange that that's not a bigger part of her character. Brian being a dog opens up a decent amount of possibilities, not only for jokes, but for storylines. He also has the best friend dynamic with Peter, the creep element with Lois,
Brian, no! No! Get down! Get down!
and the other best friend dynamic with Stewie.
I love you.
He is also the heaviest dater in the house. He is also hated by Quagmire and a lot of the town, which doesn't cause a ton of stories, but has a lot of moments stem from it. And finally, he is usually the moral compass, even if that compass is warped in the later seasons. Stewie is an evil genius, though the amount of evil has been toned down throughout the seasons. Him being as smart as he is basically allows for infinite possibilities, as he can invent pretty much anything that he wants. He has baby elements. I like how I say baby elements, even though he is a baby. He's a son, a brother. I sound like a tombstone right now. He has the bond with Brian, causing what are usually some of my favourite episodes from the series. Not just the Road to episodes, but yeah, they're obviously what I mostly mean. Basically, if the show requires anything that needs a smart character, it goes to Stewie. Time Machine? Stewie. Teleportation? Stewie. Mind Swapper? Stewie.
Go, Brian Doglegs!
This video is me trying to be as objective as possible with my reasonings. Don't bring up my love for most of the Brian and Stewie episodes, as that didn't raise their spots on the list. Their dynamic itself, and what the show gets from it, raised their spots. Peter is the dumb complete bastard of a father and husband. He started the series by being slightly dumb and doing little dumb things. Now he is a complete idiot and abuses the crap out of his family and friends. He's an asshole that takes his shenanigans way too far, and very rarely learns a lesson. I'm not a massive fan of him rarely learning a lesson, but it does allow for the show to give him similar ideas with a different coating of paint. Him being the husband allows for marriage issue episodes. He's a father of 2 sons and 1 daughter. He's one of Brian's best friends and owns him as much as you can own a humanoid dog. He also knows the most people in the town and thus helps trigger plots with those characters. His friends in particular get a decent amount of episodes, which were possible for the audience to get into in the earlier seasons because we had Peter as a familiar face throughout. He's the glue that holds the series together. That is all, a quick little video. Videos are the length I deem them needing to be, rather than me dragging them out or rushing through them. I'm told I talk quickly, but that's just me. Be sure to leave a comment on how you'd rank the characters in terms of importance to the series, and with justification. Anyway, that is all, bye I guess.